The following program is rated TV MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
You're now tuned into a Planet Fanatix production.
For a long time, I have been saying that Armor Wars is not happening. Armor Wars is going to be canceled. Exile Scooper had put out a couple months ago that it had been quietly canceled. And I had said around that time that I completely believed that. This is another show. Well, a show at the time in 2020 when it was announced at D23 was going to be a TV show. Then it turned movie after they realized, hey, this is too big of a deal for us to be making it a 6-episode Disney Plus show. It needs to have the magnitude of the silver screen, so we're going to put it in theaters. Don Cheadle was obviously going to be coming back as War Machine. The events of that terrible fucking show, Secret Invasion, were going to bleed into Armor Wars. It was supposed to be adapting even the Armor Wars comics. We were supposed to be seeing all types of Iron Man villains, same villains that were after Stark Tech in the comics. One of the ones that I was really excited about seeing possibly was Crimson Dynamo. Seems like all of that is now going to the wayside. The other rumors that were with it was that Ultron was going to be joining a long time ago when Ultron was rumored to be joining. Again, this is when I talk about those rumors and things that the Scoopers had said. Scoopers had said months and months and months ago that Ultron was either going to be in Armor Wars or he was going to be in Vision Quest. Well, they got it right. He is in Vision Quest. Some of the things that were going to be happening in Armor Wars have now been reestablished and are now going to be done in Vision Quest. But Don Cheadle recently discussed it, and this is what he had to say. Don Cheadle recently spoke about the status of Armor Wars, or the Marvel Cinematic Universe project set to star his character War Machine. The project has been in limbo for a few years now, and the cancellation rumors have recently begun to circulate. Now, with it being rumored to be canceled for a few years now, take ourselves back to 2020. Every project except for Blade and Armor Wars are either done with production, on Disney Plus or whatever. These two are the only two that have not gotten off the ground. And what is the difference between these two and the others?
I'm blickety black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black.
What makes these two different from all the other projects that have gotten announced in 2020, have seen the light of day, have gone to digital, have been on Disney Plus, have had discussions surrounding them? What is the difference in those projects and these two? Goes on to say, TV Line spoke with Cheadle about the polarizing ending of the Disney Plus/Marvel series Secret Invasion and the implications it could have for his character in the story of Armor Wars. Unfortunately for fans of the project, Cheadle didn't have much knowledge about the current status of the project, which is fucking sad. 5 years and your lead actor can't give you any type of things about the project. He doesn't know anything about the project because Marvel themselves have not sat down and talked to him about anything involving the project.
What's Armor Wars?
The last thing they probably told him about this project is that the events from Secret Invasion were going to bleed into his film. That's really the only thing that he can tell you about is that Secret Invasion was going to bleed into that film, and the events of that were going to have implications on his character. He says that in this interview. Outside of that, he can't tell you anything else about this project because he doesn't know anything about this project. Then it goes on to say Cheadle didn't have much knowledge about the current status of the project. When asked where Armor Wars stands, Cheadle replied, "You can find out and let me know."
What? What the fuck?
The project was originally announced as a 6-episode Disney Plus series in 2020, and in September 2022, it was reconfigured to be a feature film. When asked by TV Line about the update of Armor Wars being switched from TV series to a movie, Cheadle replied, "I think the word that's the most salient in the sentence is switched. I don't know. I'm not sure where anything is right now. I think things are going through a lot of changes," and I do believe that. I do believe, obviously, things are going through a lot of changes because they looked at phases 4, they looked at phases 5, and they said, holy shit.
Eat it up.
Most of the projects put out during those phases are all shit on the ground, so we've got to reconfigure this. That's why I really believe that a lot of things over at Marvel Studios are changing, i.e. one of them being Armor Wars being just completely canceled. The film is not happening. They're not going to do the film because the elements that they are taking from Armor Wars are just going to strictly put in Vision Quest. We'll see Don Cheadle. Will it be in Vision Quest? I don't know. What project he's going to pop back up in, I'm not really sure. It's not going to be his own individual Armor Wars. His story will continue elsewhere. The rumored story for Armor Wars focused on James Rhodes' War Machine, played by Cheadle, as he protects the late Tony Stark's technology and legacy. The recent rumors of potential delays and cancellation regarding the project may signal Marvel is shifting its priorities when it comes to upcoming MCU releases. While Black stories were never a priority over at Marvel Studios, i.e. why Blade is never going to see the light of day and why Armor Wars has been silently canceled for quite some time. I believe a lot of things are changing. I believe that they have tried to make shift in priorities and things like that. And again, and Armor Wars, just one of those that just was never a priority. It's a project that, honestly, I could give a good goddamn about anymore. I don't care if it happens. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. As long as they're doing projects that are not getting us closer to Secret Wars, and I feel like a lot of this shit, even Captain America 4, which we're going to talk about next, is filler. It's a prelude to what we really want to get to, and that is the multiversal shit. That is, for me, Fantastic Four, Avengers 5, Avengers 6, Spider-Man 4, the rumored Battle World films. That's the stuff. This shit, at one point I cared. Maybe in 2020, maybe in 2021. In 2022, even when you announced it as a movie, I still cared. In 2024, 5 years later, I don't give a flying fluffy shit if this comes out on Disney Plus or if it comes out theatrically. And like I said, when Don said that, that was my cousin saying, this isn't happening. I don't know anything about this film. I can't tell you anything about it because they haven't told me anything about it. And I'm not going to get up here and badmouth them or make it seem like I'm bitter because at the end of the day, I'm trying to keep my job. Don Cheadle is about to be 60 years old. 59, I think, when we looked it up or whatever.
Oh, damn! I'm sorry.
I'm cool on brother being War Machine. I'm good on it. I'm good. So if we don't get that film, that's fine. We see him and he ends his run as Rhodey War Machine in the MCU with Secret Wars. I'm good on that too. But at the end of the day, this film was never happening. So as I've been saying, kind of prep people, I don't know if there were a lot of people in the chat that were really looking forward to Armor Wars, if this was on your top list, if you were really anticipating this, but this isn't happening. And I want to pin this too with the next announcement we're going to hear. Even though this is not official from Marvel Studios just yet, the next thing we're going to be hearing from the scoopers before it is also official from Marvel Studios is that Mahershala Ali has walked away from his role as Blade, and him and Marvel just have simply parted ways, creative differences or something like that, because that is another film that will not see the light of day. But when it comes to Armor Wars, let me know what you guys are thinking. Do you care if Armor Wars sees the light of day? Did you see this coming from a mile away? Have you always known that this film was not going to happen? And if you are disappointed, what elements are you disappointed about? And then again, like I said, they are going to take elements or whatever they were going to do in this film, a lot of what they were going to do in this film, and adapt it into Vision Quest and other parts of the MCU. So let me know what you guys are thinking down below.